Hello, welcome. If you're just seeing this space for the very first time in your life, my name is Charity Lawrence, and this is my YouTube channel. In this space, I inspire you with my videos, educate you, and motivate you. I believe everyone has dreams. I believe everyone is meant to be successful. So I intend to share stories of successful people in order to help inspire you to becoming what you want to become. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming to watch my videos. Thank you so much for using your data to watch my videos. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for liking my videos, for sharing my videos. I am so grateful. I do not take what you do for granted. I'm grateful. Thank you. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about someone that inspires me so much. I really love this one. Like, she's like this, up like this in my category of successful women. I admire her a lot, not just because of her beauty or because of what she has achieved, because I feel like she has so much wisdom, so much to give to the world, and she hasn't even started yet to me. So I got to know about her at first from someone's WhatsApp status. She was talking about the difference between submission and obedience, that a lot of women call themselves submissive when in fact they're actually just obeying. And I'm like, what does she have to say? What's the difference? She said, for you to be submissive, you have to first be powerful before you call yourself submissive. He said, okay, take for instance, a woman wants to travel and she needs money from her husband to make a trip, okay? So she goes to her husband and she said, okay, I need I need transport fare to go to so place. And her husband says, oh, don't go anywhere. I don't have money to give to you. Just stay back. And then the woman stays back. Now she says that is obedience. You know you don't have the money. You've gone to ask the person that you want to give you the money, and the person tells you, I don't have the money, and then you just obey. But submission is when a powerful woman, this woman has the means to travel. Okay, take for instance, she intends to go to Kano State. And then she goes to meet her husband and she's like, oh, I need to travel to Kano State for a meeting or something like that. She's not asking him for money. She just wants to tell him, based on husband is the head and all that stuff. She's letting him know. And he's like, no, you shouldn't travel anywhere. And that woman chooses to stay back. Now that is submission. Because the woman is powerful. She has the means to make the trip. But she just chooses not to go because she is being submissive to her husband. But that other one that did not have the money to go, and then the husband said she should stay back, she's just being obedient. Because some of the times if she has the money, she would have said, oh, and she would have gone. That is the difference between submission and obedience. Wow. As in, what she said, like, it got me. I was like, wow, see wisdom. And I was intrigued. I really wanted to know more about her. I checked for her online. I didn't see her that day. I think it was 2 weeks after someone else, different from the other person, posted something relating to her again. And I'm like, today I must find out who this woman is. I I asked the person said he doesn't even know, he saw it on someone's status, he liked it and he posted it. I had to go on Instagram and started searching for this woman. And lo and behold, I got to know her. She is Olajumoke Adenowo. Okay, so I did a piece on her, like I did a little bit of research, not that intensive. I'm still learning though. So I did a little research on her, and I just want to. Her story is actually fascinating. I mean, I was doing this research, like I was smiling, like, oh, some people sha. It's well. Just let me not just talk too much, okay? Just enjoy the video, and then I'll see you guys after the video. Make sure you watch this video to the end. And while you're at it, subscribe to my channel, like my video, and make sure you leave a comment. I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Olajumoke Adenowo is one of the wealthiest architects in Nigeria, an industry dominated by men. She's a public speaker, an author, a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, and an academic laureate. Jumoke was born on the 16th of October 1968 in Ibadan, Oyo State. She grew up at Obafemi Awolowo University with her professor parents. Her father was a history professor and her mother was a criminology professor. She attended University of Ibadan State Primary School and Federal Government Girls College, Oyo. At age 14, she proceeded to Obafemi Awolowo University, where she had her bachelor's and master's degree in architecture. She's an alumnus of the Harvard Business School, MIT, Yale School of Management, ISE Business School, Barcelona, Spain, and the Lagos Business School Chief Executive Program. She was always fascinated by structures and knew on time her career path. After graduation, Jumoke started out as an assistant architect at Theory Coker and Associates, before moving to Femi Majekudunmi Associates, where she designed the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja at the age of 23. This was a big achievement and opened doors to several opportunities for her. She started her own interior design and architectural firm, AD Consulting, in 1995 and holds the position of a principal partner. Her company is known for bespoken, detailed designs and structures, designing every aspect of any building from inception to the fittings. As a principal partner of AD Consulting, Olajumoke has designed and overseen the construction of over 70 projects, including Nigerian government buildings, Coca-Cola, L'Oreal, and banks. In an interview with CNN, Olajumoke Adenowo said, "Each space I design changes in time. I design lighting schemes in such a way that by night the building is a totally different entity from what it was in the morning. I design buildings in such a way that as you move through the space, you experience something new at every step. Exceptional architecture cannot simply be about plaster, wood, steel, and elevations. Great architecture is about being a see-all, know-all, a sort of God. You have to know history, understand culture, sociology, anthropology. You need to know physics. You have to understand chemistry to a point. You have to understand art and the history of art to be a really good architect." Jumoke ran an oil and gas firm, Advantage Energy, and also runs a property management firm, Advantage Property. Jumoke's passion for raising exceptional leaders led her into establishing a faith-based non-governmental organization, Awesome Treasures Foundation, in 1999. Awesome Treasures Foundation is a UN-recognized NGO that has empowered over 11,500 women. ATF's aim is to identify and develop transformational leaders to positively help in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. ATF organizes various programs, camp, and educational camp to address the education gap in public schools. Jumoke anchors a weekly radio broadcast on Classic FM called Voice of Change. She believes that our leaders should be held accountable for their actions, and she uses Voice of Change to challenge youths to ask the right questions and hold their leaders accountable. Jumoke has published some books which include Designed for Marriage, Beyond My Dreams, The Mysterious Seed, and lots more. Jumoke has served as Vice President of the Lagos Business School Chief Executive Program, Chairperson of the National Tank Youth Development Committee. She serves on the board of British School of Loam, Fountain Holdings Limited, Center for Social Reformation, and Leadway Tours and Travels Limited. She is also a member of professional bodies, Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, Nigerian Institute of Architects, Interior Design Association of Nigeria, European Coaching Institute, and International Mentoring Association. Jumoke is a fellow of African Leadership Network, Global Philanthropy Forum, the African Philanthropy Forum. Olajumoke Adenowo is married to Olukorede Adenowo and they have 2 sons.
I'm Olajumoke Adenowo. I'm the CEO and the founder of AD Consulting, which is a 22+ year architectural firm, and also Awesome Treasures Foundation, which is a faith-based NGO founded in 1999. I'm a mother. I'm married with 2 beautiful sons. I did not choose my husband because he was rich, because he wasn't. I didn't choose it because it was fine. It happens to be. But that was just a byproduct. I didn't even know it was at that time. I couldn't see that. I did what God wanted me to do, and I knew my purpose. So God gave me a man who would allow me to discharge what potential I had in me. I was in university at 14. By 15 or so, I was introduced to fellowship, and then I got baptized in the Holy Spirit, and that was it from then on. So being born again at an early age first kept me out of trouble. Two, made me begin to look for my purpose very early. It gave me a framework to say yes or no in everything in life. I worked with a very good boss, Chief Femma Jekudomi. It was obvious he believed in me because I was given an opportunity at a very young age to touch designs that in another family wouldn't have happened. And he would actually say, "You are the best designer I know." I started AD Consulting 2 years before I got married. I didn't see the whole journey, but I knew I was just supposed to start, and I did. And it's the same thing with Awesome Treasures Foundation. God didn't tell me, go start a faith-based NGO that will have international reach. No. If he said that, I never would have taken the first step. But he said, why don't you just have one meeting in the Museum in June? So I had the first meeting, and then the first meeting said, why don't you have another one in August? I said, okay, August, we can. Take the bigger hall. I'm like, that's expensive. God, do you have the money? Because I don't have. Then the money came. Then I took the hall, and here we are in London, in Ghana, in other countries, having meetings.
When I met my husband, should I tell you that one? You want to hear? Yes. There were people coming, we used to call that S-class beast in those days. There were people toast me with a beast. My husband will come with his car. That car. I should tell you the car. We will live here if I try that. So, this car, the first car he had was called Shupo. When a car has a name, it is a member of the family. Yes, it's a member of the family. You spend time with it. You nurse it back to good health. Every Saturday, we spent at the mechanic to buy rice with ekpo and be chopping and be eating there because you have to babysit the car. Jalili share alternator eloshe no because you know. This second car now, he had upgraded by the time he met me, a 505. That 505, one day we bought a full tank. Full tank. My husband was very proud that he had money that day. So he said, fill the car. It was an elf petrol station that was near that Alausa. I don't know if it's still there. They filled it. He was happy. As we just turned the corner to go right, I just said, the tank came down. Because it had never had full tank. The weight was too much. It was not made for more. It was made for like quarter tank, half tank. And there were children of billionaires that were toasting me, and I said, this is the person God said to marry. Hey, one more story, and then we end. Aye. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. In choosing a husband, I sought for the kingdom of God. I asked God, a man that fears you. A man, it doesn't have to be rich. What do I want to do with this richness? Is something wrong with my hand? I don't understand why you need to marry rich men. It must be because you have decided in your life that poverty will kill you. If not, what do you need the man's money for? That you must come and become a parasite on the man's destiny. That's the truth, though. I'm not saying a man should not take care of you, but when that becomes the criteria, do not marry a man who can pay the price of your wardrobe. Marry a man who can pay the price of your destiny. When I met my husband, I was driving a Daewoo Racer. Those of us who are old, they remember Daewoo, Espero. You know, you have dated yourself. They know you are 40 something to 50. They now know that you're not as young as I am. Anyway, that was a big girl car. And he was driving this 505 that I told you about. Anyway, our first Christmas together, we were going to, you know the story? You don't? Okay, I'll tell you. I should tell the story, hands up. I will tell you because I love you and I love your pastor's wife. So we were going, he was broke. But I had money. I was loaded. I had like 300 naira. So, and I was pregnant, and I said, okay, we should have fun, but at least we can go to the beach. They don't pay to look at the waves. So it's the truth. You have to. Anybody who cannot have fun, guys, anybody who cannot have fun on your budget, she will destroy your destiny. Leave her. So we went to Badagry Beach, but and the way I am, they say I'm generous. Before I knew, I'd given out the money to all the boys on the beach, everything. It was 14 naira left with me or something. We were on the way home, and then we saw them selling chickens, and I thought to myself, this is our first Christmas. We should kill something. So we bought a chicken. Now I don't do birds. I don't do birds at all. So we had to put the chicken in the boot of the car. So when we got to our house in Yaba, please note that when this guy met me, I was living in Ikoyi. Never mind, it wasn't my house, but Ikoyi is Ikoyi. So, but I moved to Yaba. Actually, I was living in Ogba, but we decided to meet halfway in Yaba. Now I hear people saying that I don't do bridges. On what don't you do bridges? You are living in your cousin's house in V High. You are saying I don't do bridges in your house. You will do more than bridge. Ojo. So we moved to Yaba. Like I said, we got out in Yaba. He carried the chicken. The chicken was like, I said, this chicken is dead. He said, it's dead. But was it dead when we bought it? I said, I just got married. It's not long. I said, my mommy said we should not be. So my mommy said, my mommy said that you cannot be eating dead things. He said, but was it dead when we bought it? I said, no. He said, let us cut the neck again. So he cut the neck. So the first Christmas together, we ate a dead chicken. I would have liked to say we ate a dead chicken, but we did not, because his auntie came with 5 of our children. And 7 seats, they filled all the 7 chairs. So even that chicken, I ate the legs, the feet. In my mommy's house, we don't eat the feet, we throw it away. But that's what I ate the first Christmas. But if I want to eat an elephant this time, we can. And note, my parents are professors. I grew up, by age 3, had toured the whole of Europe. Why didn't I go back to tell Mame or Daddy that I only have 300 naira and this is our first Christmas? You're the one disgracing your husband. Must you travel? If they don't see you in London this summer, what will happen? They will close Oxford Street. Stop exposing him. Let him be great.
To me, only a life lived for others is a life worth living. I'm not going to remember you for how beautiful you are, and you're beautiful. I'm not going to remember you for anything else. All I'm going to remember is what you deposited in my life at the end of the day. The disciples gathered round and said, see what Dorcas has done for us. About 15 years ago, we were at a meeting, and the preacher came and said, who has done everything that they were led to do in the last 5 years, or who feels that they've taken the right decisions? And it was only my hand up in the whole crowd, because I realized that everything I heard, I did. I had no regrets, and I know God as a God of covenant. That covenant keeps me sure. God stands by what he says he's going to do, and he will not disgrace himself, and he won't disgrace me. I'm sure of that.
Welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video today. I'm feeling fly like this. I really did enjoy that video, and I hope you got to learn 1 or 2 things from her. She's actually a woman that is filled with wisdom. So if you have an Instagram page, do well to follow her. You'd learn a lot. I mean, you learn a lot, not just from her, but from the person she's also following too. Okay, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like my channel, and make sure you drop a comment. See you in our next video. Till then, love you. Bye.